Good morning, Messi.
Hello, Tino.
Hey,
How are
buddy.
you?
Good, mate. I'll pop you back on mute. Thanks, mate.
Okay.
Slim Dusty.
Hey guys,
tell
can
us-
you hear me?
Hey, Slim. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, man.
Whereabouts in the world are you from, mate?
I'm from South Africa, actually,
Oh,
but
really?
been in the UK for far too long. Yeah, 12
Oh,
years,
wow.
started 13. Yeah,
Yeah.
my folks, yeah. But yeah. And yourself, you Aussie?
Yeah, Aussie.
Awesome. Do
I
you like
thought
my
you were
tag?
Australian for a second. I thought you were Australian
Yeah.
for a second.
Being Slim Dusty.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who else is coming from your team that we can? Oh, Jay's here. Cool.
Hey,
Yeah, I
how's
don't
it
know.
going? You okay?
Jay, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having us. Having
Yeah,
a
no
good day.
dramas. Just so I can see who else is in here. Is it no one else from your team? Is it just you two?
So Ian on the beach as well is marketing manager, and then David will be here as well. David is here as well. So
There's David.
He's asking to speak. Yeah.
Ian on the beach. Yep, gotcha.
How we doing, guys? I'm the marketing manager. I'll mute myself, but yeah, I'm here. Any questions?
Welcome, buddy. Welcome, everyone.
What's going on, guys? It's David here.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Yo. What's up?
Not much. What about you? Having a
I'm
good day
good.
so far?
I'm psyched. Yeah. I mean, everything's ramping up. I genuinely just because you know me and Slim and a lot of us have just been talking for ages about kind of getting the word out and seeing if people like it. So I'm really happy to have this like huge platform to share a concept.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been going crazy so far, man. Sheesh.
All right. Well, gents, I thought, Jay, were you going to present?
yeah, so David, our lead, will be presenting. Effectively, first I want to say thank you for having us, and we're really excited to be here. And David will be presenting something that we've been working on as a team very hard over the last 6 months. And that is the unique aspect of our project which sets us apart, and it's basically our decks and what gives us our identity. So David and Slim will be showing you that all, and I hope that if you've got any questions, please ask near the end. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy the presentation.
Awesome. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. I was excited for this the second I knew there was a presentation.
I
It's
hope
not often
David's
we get,
used all the right colors.
yeah, it's not often we
Totally.
get presentations. So,
Cool.
yeah,
No, it's not often we get the chance to do a presentation and all these people. So this is great. We just go ahead and set this up.
use your
Yeah.
skills from back in high school.
way back for me
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, about the same for me. Don't worry.
Uh,
All right. Get
Cool,
started
cool.
whenever you're ready. All right, I'll just introduce myself. My name is Shono. I am the AMA host on behalf of Pinksale, and I guess I just wanted to thank everybody for joining and for Doge Unchained or Doge Unchained, depending on which part of the world you're from. But yeah, thanks for choosing Pinksale to launch with us, and yeah, let's get cracking into your project. Whether you guys wanted to give an introduction into yourselves quickly before we delve into the presentation. It's up to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
sure. So no, go for it.
yeah, so my alias is Slim Dusty. I'm not from Australia though. I'm from South Africa originally. Been in the UK for a while. I might be married to an Australian, as I don't know if that's giving too much info. It's probably where you're getting picking up my accent from, which is
Yeah.
classic. I've been a developer for far too long, 15, 20 years now. I'm also a consultant. I have my own consultancy. And I, spotted in the early days, we were called Doge BSC. We took over this token because we saw its promise, and it evolved into yeah, the crazy thing that it is now. And we're so excited to be here
Nice.
with you.
Happy to have you
Cool.
guys.
Cool. Yeah, so my name is David. I lead the project. I do a bit of everything. Touch a bit of the website, a bit of the marketing, tech, product strategy. Just really kind of like, I guess over the past few months, really defining our vision. Like Slim Dusty just said, we did start off as kind of like more of a meme. Like it was like 5-6 months ago, but over time we've really just kind of honed into a certain concept, and we really think it'll work. And we're just not sure why no one's really tried to tackle it. It's not technically like insane. I mean, it's difficult, but it's not insane. And we just don't understand why. So we just said, why not? We'll do it ourselves. Yeah, happy. I'm excited to share with everyone.
Mate, I'm pumped. Let's get cracking. Take us through Doge Unchained.
Right on. So yeah, basically we're Doge Unchained. We have a demo to show you guys, but before we do, just kind of like explain what we do. We're trying to unchain Doge. So in other words, we're creating utility for a meme token that otherwise can't do anything, right? So everyone knows Dogecoin. It's a big meme. It's a really, really big meme. It's tens of billions of dollars big. And people really love Doge. But the thing is, it doesn't do stuff. So you can't build, apps on it. You can't code. You can't build decentralized applications around it. Like a DEX, lending protocols, farming, staking, basically DeFi. You can't do anything on it. It's like Litecoin. It's a fork of Litecoin. And so there's been a lot of talks in the past couple of years. If you go on Twitter, on the website, even Elon Musk working with Doge developers, like, oh, let's build Doge 2.0 or like some sort of like layer 2 smart contract compatibility on Dogecoin. And they can go ahead and do that. We just figured out a different way that we can create real utility for Dogecoin. So basically create like a dApp around Doge without having to make a layer 2. So we've basically made the first ever Doge-backed DEX. And yeah, so
On a smart chain.
On a smart chain. Yeah, Slim, do you want to go a bit more in depth about that? Kind of the way we do it, routing transactions, all that?
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, as David's been saying, hopefully one day for Doge, they can create their own smart chain. And it is on our roadmap. And if we could get to a place where we're big enough to help them out or to build a smart chain for Doge, I mean, that would be an ultimate goal for us. In the meantime, though, why wait when we can start using other chains and riding on other and surfing on other chains? And the way we're doing that is, have you guys heard of wrap tokens? And perhaps you've used wrap Doge, and there's a lot of meme tokens at the moment that give rewards in wrap Doge. And a wrap Doge is I think they call it a synthetic, but basically it's a token on the Binance Smart Chain, which Binance have created, and they offset that with a 1-to-1 relationship with the real Doge. So if you're spending a wrap Doge on the Binance Smart Chain, you're effectively spending a real Doge off the chain because they back those tokens. I'm not sure if it's 1-to-1, but pretty close to 1-to-1. Which means that if you're using Doge, the wrapped version of Doge on the Binance Smart Chain, its price will fluctuate exactly the same as in the real world, and it will effectively take circulation outside of Dogecoin. So what we're doing is we're using that wrapped version of Doge, and we're creating a DEX. And we thought, well, on Ethereum, you kind of use, Ether, and on Binance you use BNB, and those are your kind of stable tokens. But the idea behind Doge is that it's the people's currency, and people choose and want to choose to use Doge. And so why not, instead of using BNB and Ether on EOS20 and Binance Smart Chain, why not use Doge as your choice of currency? And so what we did was we created a DEX that instead of using BNB as liquidity, it uses Doge as liquidity. And you'll see the decks, and David will take you through it. Basically, we're encouraging and kind of forcing all trades through our decks to go through a wrapped version of Doge. So if a token has liquidity and it's listed on our decks, you can trade on it. So if I want to buy, let's say DUC is the name of a token, Doge Unchained, using BNB, it will need to have a Doge liquidity pool. What this does is it ultimately creates buying pressure for Doge, which we think the Doge community will love. It also gives you the freedom to use Doge even though you're on the Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, I mean, I think that's in a nutshell, David.
That's basically it. I mean, we're basically trying to pioneer the idea of, well, to be honest, not necessarily storing liquidity in Doge. I mean, we just feel that you don't have to store it in BNB just because you're on the Binance Smart Chain, Matic on Polygon, ETH on Ethereum. You can kind of store liquidity in whatever you want. And we've just chosen Doge because it's an awesome meme. We require all tokens that list on our decks to create wrapped Doge liquidity pools. If they don't, the transaction just won't go through. And by doing so over time, we can literally stabilize the Dogecoin price while being off chain.
Yeah.
So let's go through a little demo.
Yeah,
So-
let's go through it.
Yeah, so this is it.
That looks sick, dude. That looks so good.
Appreciate it. I mean, it's kind of a similar PancakeSwap format. We just kind of like with our own design. Yeah, I mean, this is basically it. I got PancakeSwap up here. You got Doge Dex right here, and yeah. Why don't we just show us trade? So I have a bit of BNB. I got some BUSD right here. Let's say I'm bearish on BNB. I don't, I want to sell a bit off, stabilize. So it's 0.01 BNB at $5.50. Here's the core. So this is our product. If you look at the route, it's, you got the BNB here, they just use the wrap version. You go to BUSD, but in the middle, you have Doge. And without a liquidity pool of Doge, this wouldn't be possible. So I'm going to go ahead and swap, it's the same user experience as PancakeSwap. Like, it's literally the same visually speaking. We're going to wait till that processes. At the same time, I'm going to do the same on PancakeSwap. So I'm going to have 0.01 BNB, $5.50 a BUSD. By the way, before I make the swap, as you can see, it doesn't show a route, but the route is essentially BNB to BUSD. So if I use, I'll show you guys later, if I use different tokens, you'll see the route, but I'm just going to go ahead and swap. And then we're going to go ahead and see that as well on BSC scan. So it looks like that might have finished processing. Let's see. There it is. So yeah, hope you can all see this, right? You got the wrapped BNB. You got Binance pegged, and right in the middle, Binance pegged Dogecoin. So that's wrapped Doge. Binance happens to be the custodian, right? So this is, Binance pegged Dogecoin. But we've essentially forced it to route through Doge. And if you look at the BC scan of the PancakeSwap trade, there is no Doge. It's not there. And that's the core of the product. We force all transactions to route through Doge. You can see it yourself. You can try it yourself. It's a working DEX that we built for months before the pre-sale itself. And I know that this seems kind of like technical and weird, and oh, what's this wrapped synthetic, whatever. But in reality, we basically created the first ever utility for Doge in a DEX. That's kind of what's happened on accident. At first, we're just like, oh, why don't we use wrapped? Oh, why don't we just route? And we've realized, and this is scalable. If projects keep creating liquidity in wrapped Doge, and this doesn't have to be on BSC, it could be on Polygon, Avalanche, Solana, DOT, whatever. Over time, Dogecoin price will stabilize. We'd be squeezing Binance's or whoever the custodian is of the wrap token. We'd be squeezing their liquidity out, and they're gonna have to buy Doge to use as collateral for what we're squeezing out. So we're actually supporting real Dogecoin, even though we're using the wrapped version of it off chain, and we're doing that all while without actually having created a smart contract because we don't want to wait 5 years. We don't have millions of dollars. That's about it. Yeah.
So what you're saying is I should basically be buying, obviously, Doge Unchained, but I should also be buying Doge. Because once you
Yeah,
get more,
pretty much.
that's
What's
basically what
really
you're telling me right now.
what's really interesting is that our token is launching in probably the greatest meme war in history. We got Shiba on the left, which just overtook Doge, and what is it, like 33 billion or something like that. And then Elon Musk comes back and tweets, and then Doge takes over again. And so meme coins, they're not going away. And it's the power of people's choice. And you know what happens? You love Dogecoin, you want to invest in Dogecoin, but you love some of the other apps you're seeing on ERC20, and some of them are supporting real businesses. But you're like, oh, I don't really, and the Doge, a lot of Doge purists hate Binance Smart Chain. And so what we're doing is we're creating a way for them to invest in these technologies, but at the same time, they're still supporting Dogecoin because they can wrap the liquidity in Doge. And we're kind of creating a stepping stone because ultimately we'd love to see Doge create its own smart chain. And if we could be a part of that and we could have the funds one day and help build that, then what we can do is we can transition these apps and trying to think of another fancy word for apps, but it's not coming, so I'm going to try not to sound too clever. To the new Binance and the new Doge smart chain, and the other thing that is part of our roadmap, and it's already been picked up by the Doge developers, and they've commented on it, is creating a bridge to our ecosystem. So we have started development on it, but we'd ideally love to create a bridge between Doge and Doge users and our app on the Binance Smart Chain, and eventually Ethereum and DOT, etc.
Well, yeah, it's not sure if this will be a kicker, but we had a token launch last week, and they had the developer of Shiba follow them on Twitter, and it just went berserk. So I think, if you guys impose the same luck and get somebody from Doge to follow you guys somehow, once they see your product, they might all jump on board anyway. It'll just go berserk, and you'd be silly not.
It was so exactly. It was so interesting. They actually, because they don't really know about our DEX yet, and they had a discussion around our bridge, and a couple of developers were like, oh, we hate Binance. But some of them are like, oh, we love this idea because it supports Doge. And we still haven't told them about our plans to move to other chains as well, and about our whole ecosystem. But basically, they challenged us early on when we were getting this project off the go, and they said, oh, you're just trying to just milk off Doge's success. So we were like, okay, well, stuff that. Instead of storing our BNB, our liquidity in BNB, we're going to store it in Doge. And that's kind of what led to this. So we've tried to find a way that we're really going to try and support Doge in what we're doing here, and hopefully get that tweet to take us.
And to also to expand on that, we've already had not only are we presenting the DEX is live right now. You can try it and it works. And not only that, we have had tokens effectively trade through the DEX, almost like a proof of principle. So it's all set up and going, and we have the potential to scale it, as Slim mentioned, across chains, and to have multiple partners, and it's ready to go. And we've got the advantage of having this implemented, being able to scale it without having to take years to do it on a mass scale. For example, if Elon Musk was working on this, it would take years to get to the point where this is working. But because we started off as a small team and we've been working so hard over the last 6 months, we've got this in place, we've got the utility, and to be able to have that already working on launch, and to say to everybody, come and try the DEX. So, we'd love for you to come and try it out and see what you think. I think that's something that we're very proud of at the moment as well.
Congrats, guys. Well done. Like I said, I'm pumped to see this. I've been excited to see this all week when you said you're doing the presentation. So this makes me even more pumped seeing how it works and understanding all the nitty-gritties about it. But now that we all sort of understand, the actual project itself, maybe just walk us through some things like tokenomics, your roadmap. Actually, maybe let's start with roadmap and marketing plans and stuff like that. These will be questions that you'll get asked anyway. And then we can just keep moving along and we'll open up for questions shortly if you like.
Yeah,
David,
yeah,
do you
sure
want to
thing.
take
So why don't
roadmap?
Yeah, fair enough. Right before let's just go over tokenomics.
Yeah.
And there is something really interesting here, and I just want to mention it because it's important. So this will be the first time where the Doge Unchained token will be bought back 1% of every transaction. So like the token's correlated with the DEX. The more volume the DEX has, the higher the price will go of the token. So every transaction, there's a 1% fee, and that's going to be buying back our token and hopefully burning it. But we do have flexibility in terms of what we do. I also just want to go over the tokenomics. So we have a burn, liquidity, a development fund, and some auto staking. So you're getting rewards. The reason, I mean, we can go over the numbers, but it is dynamic, and it does. We can change it based on buying and selling. But for now, we're starting with it pretty simple. We have a 1% of all transactions burnt. And again, guys, this isn't the DEXonomics. This is the tokenomics. So this has nothing to do with the DEX, even though the DEX is buying back the token. So this is just general normie tokenomics. We have a 2% auto staking. So right, getting rewards, basically a reflection. We have 5% going to the development fund, and that's actually pretty key, especially in the first few months when we go over the roadmap. We do have to onboard quite a lot of developers to do what we want to do. And then we have 2% going towards liquidity. And to be clear, 100% of this 2% is going towards wrapped Doge liquidity. So we're launching with 90% of our liquidity in BNB and 10% of our liquidity in Doge. So we're mostly paired to BNB. And over time, 100% of the liquidity that's coming from the tax is going towards the wrapped Doge pool. So as time goes on, the more volume the token gets and the more volume the DEX gets will be more and more so correlated with Dogecoin than with BNB. And hopefully one day it's all Doge. So that's the liquidity. And here I just mentioned that for now it's 10%. It's going to grow over time. It's literally pegged to Dogecoin. And maybe a better word is correlated because it's not a one-to-one. But if Doge goes up, that pool will go up too, which leads us to our roadmap. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just on that, because I'm not sure everyone caught that. So with the DEX, it's not just our token. We apply a 1% fee, and it's variable. We'd never set it more than 1%. So with all the tokens that are listing on our DEX, all of that creates a buyback pressure for our own token. But we also plan to use those funds to reward liquidity on the DEX, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't think this has ever been done before, apart from just to take a fee, like PancakeSwap will take a fee. But we're using that fee to create use case for our token, plus the buyback pressure of our own tax on our fee. And then, of course, if we had like 100 tokens listed in our DEX, all of them have a 1% fee. You're talking about 100% fee going back to the value of our token, which creates incredible buying pressure for DUC as well. And also just it's the finance that we need, to take this idea to the next level.
Definitely, yeah. Yep. And that's what people forget, right? Is they forget that there needs to be some sort of percentage coming back into a wallet that the team can use, whether it's for wages or reinvesting into the project. So I think that's what people forget sometimes, but I'm glad to see you doing it because it means that it will be a long, sustainable and a healthy project.
Yeah, and Dave mentioned Dev there, but a lot of that fund is going straight to marketing. Just to let guys know. Yeah. Most of it actually.
Cool, mate. You can continue if you like that.
Yeah, sure. So I guess talking about this development does lead us to the roadmap, right? What's ahead? Because it's not just creating a Doge-backed DEX, it's creating a Doge-backed ecosystem. As it's written here, it's interoperable, it's cross-chain. So we're not limited to being on Binance Smart Chain. We can essentially steal liquidity well, not steal. I mean, projects can list if they want, but we can kind of take portions of the liquidity of BNB and Binance Smart Chain, of ETH on Ethereum, of Matic on Polygon, go chain to chain, and put it on its own respective wrapped Doge version. So it's highly scalable across chain, and it's kind of this dApp ecosystem. So we can make basically any dApp we want. It doesn't have to be a DEX, and we can run it around these wrapped Doge pools. So here, obviously, we've made the dApp. All the liquidity will be in wrapped Doge, 10% of ours in the beginning, but it's all going to go into Doge over time. And again, the core that all transactions are routing through these wrapped Doge pools. Right here we have the DUC buyback, the Doge Unchained. So that's launching on Friday when we launch with the new DEX. So again, in every transaction, it's going to bring our price up. So if we get more projects to list, we're basically going to moon faster. So we have that direct correlation. Quarter one, we're really focusing on the bridge, because without the bridge, we don't really have